If you are thinking about buying a new home, you should really hear this. I'm here today to share something very personal because what my family went through with Highland Homes was not just a bad experience, it felt like a real loss, a kind of grief.
Highland Homes promised a safe, lasting new home. Instead, there were mold, termites, poor materials, and no help. After only 4 months, the family had to walk away. Here is Gregory's story. So, Gregory, tell us what happened with Highland Homes, and I'll step in with questions as we go.
So for years, we've been rented an older home with constant repairs. So we wanted something new, reliable, safe for our kids. At least that's what we thought. So we chose Highland Homes because they present themselves as a premium builder. The model homes looked beautiful and the pitch was convincing. So we truly believed we were making like a safe choice for a family. But from the very beginning, there were warning signs during construction. Our independent inspector flagged serious issues before the slab was poured. Yet the slab went in 3 days later without any written or documented proof of corrections, just verbal reassurance. Framing lumber was left sitting in mud and standing water. Every brick delivered to our home was covered with black tar like stains visible from the street. So Highland offered us 2,000 to accept it, but only if we sign like a confidentiality agreement. We refused because we knew like rebricking a home cost between 20 and 40,000. So eventually the brick were replaced, but despite these red flags, we still trusted the builder and signed. We thought they must know what they were doing, and that trust was our biggest mistakes. Because after moving in, the nightmare begins. We had water leaks in the attic during storms, and then through a bathroom ceiling. One morning, we discovered a full bucket of water that had leaked through an HVAC vent. We got a term Formosan termites infestations. They are the most aggressive species in the world. And we had in the attic and also inside the bathroom wall. Experts explained this was likely due to missing or improper soil treatment and untreated area of the framings. We have a lot of photos and videos where you can see termites, thousands of termites running around just outside the home and inside the home. Mold also was confirmed by lab tests. My children developed respiratory symptoms, and my wife also had some pulmonary problems. And we were afraid for her health, like every single day. And the roof began to sag also, ceilings bulge, cracks appear around windows, doors not longer aligned with their frames.
And what did you discover after all that?
The biggest problem we had was an independent engineers test our concrete slab, and the results were truly shocking. Poor porous aggregates, cracks and voids inside the slab, continuous water seepage from the ground upward, weakening the structure itself. So this was not only cosmetic, it was the very foundation of the home, which was compromised and essentially beyond repair. And also we also had problem with insulation and air conditioning, poorly installed ducts, entire sections of the home not insulated correctly. We had hot humid air entering the system, feeding the mold and making the home uncomfortable and energy inefficient.
I'm really sorry you had to go through that. What would you say was the toughest part?
The most frustrating thing right now is not having our dream home anymore. Uh, Now we are a little used to because it's been 2.5 years. But what is very frustrating is also having to live. It was a 3,000 plus home, beautiful 5 bedrooms home, and each kids had their own rooms, and now we are living in a small two bedrooms apartment, like 800 square feet apartment, waiting for all this to go through, and we are fighting to get justice. So that's very frustrating, and also we don't know what we want to do after that. We've been a little bit discouraged to buy a new home. So yeah, all the emotional, the pain, the financial struggle is real, and it's a lot of stress. And my wife has been depressed because of all of this story, and yeah, it was really a hard thing to live with, and it is so frustrating to put your to put your trust in a builder and to see your home getting built and you just move in and you have to leave because it's just unlivable.
And when the problems started, did you resolve them? Were you able to get in touch with Highland Homes?
So of course at the beginning we tried to contact Highland Homes, talking to them about the termites, but at first they denied that it was termites, and so we had to uh, hire our own inspection for wood destroying insect inspection inspector, sorry. And then when they couldn't deny it anymore, it was termite, they said okay, but termite are only in this part of the home. So they wanted to restrict areas of the home where termite were found, but we knew from fact that termites were all around the home. And termite love humidity, they love mold and everything. So it was for sure a huge infestation. And so when we saw that it was really hard to talk with them, that they didn't want to address properly the problem, we decided to hire an attorney, because we couldn't face this kind of people and this kind of discussion where they clearly didn't want to hear about the real problem. So that's what we've done, and we hire right away an attorney after a few unfortunate discussion with Highland Home management.
Given all that, how responsive would you say the company was from 1 to 10?
It's very hard to give from 1 to 10, uh, because at first, when we were talking about leak in the roof, in the attic, they were like normally responsive, but we we saw very fast that they couldn't handle the problem. One guy had to come like 3 or 4 times to fix a wall which was not straight. Same for the leaks. They had to come like 3 times and it was still leaking. So we were really asking ourselves, do they really know what they are doing? And but they were still like answering and responsive. But after, when the termite problem kicked in, they really shut down in the discussion, and they were like defensive. And so I would give maybe a 2 or 3 out of 10 regarding the way they've been trying to handle the situation.
That's pretty poor for a company that claims to build award winning homes. Now, Gregory, based on your experience, what should Highland Homes have done differently?
I'm not really here to give advice to this company. I can only speak about what I've seen and what I've experienced. In our case, it seems that they used a really low quality concrete, and that's why the slab has been porous and had cracked only a few months after we moved in. So and it looks like a lot of builders are unfortunately cutting corners on those builds. And so yeah, we are, as you can probably hear, we are coming from Europe, and over there the walls are pretty solid, but here we were really surprised that you can smash into a wall and had a big hole. So everything looks gorgeous when you go to a model home, but know that under that you have this is not the quality that it looks like. You have probably medium to low quality material, and this is why our home had so much trouble, even though it was brand new. So yeah, that's all I can say about this.
So at this point, what do you want to see happen? Gregory, what would feel like a fair resolution to you?
So right now we are still in a legal process against Highland Home. So we are fighting to get them to buy us back the home, to refund us all our expenses we've been through. It's been 2 years and a half. We've been paying lawyers' fees, in expert inspection fees, our personal expenses, also having to rent, having to move. We have storage expenses. We have different expenses, and also we want mental anguish because we've been so much through difficult and emotional process that we are willing to do whatever it takes to get this.
What advice would you give future buyers to avoid the same situation?
If you're thinking about building a home with Highland Home or any large builder, I would advise to don't be blinded about by model homes. They do not represent what you will get. Hire your own independent inspector at every stage. Try to document as much as you can during the construction, or during, if you buy a pre-built home, or during your inspections, and demand written proof of corrections. Verbal promises mean nothing. And above all, I would say trust your intuition. If you see red flags, if you feel something is not right, uh, just walk away. I wish we had walked away. We would have lost our 15,000 deposit, but that would have saved us from years of suffering emotionally, financially, financial loss, health problems. So um, yeah, trust your intuition. And if you feel that something is not good, if you don't like the way it is, if you don't like what you see, just walk away. That would be my best advice to anyone who is looking for a home right now.
Gregory, we truly value the way you've shared your story with such honesty and detail. Thank you for reminding our viewers how important it is to pay attention to the details, to fight for what's yours, and to stay informed along the way. Thank you. Gregory's experience shows how quickly a dream home can turn into a nightmare. Have you ever faced issues like poor construction, hidden defects, or a builder who wouldn't take responsibility? Tell us your story in the comments. Your insight could make a difference for someone else. And if you want more real consumer stories and advice, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next one.